Hey everyone, my name is Richard Y, PDGA number 45669, and I'm going to do an in the bag for you. This is my bag.
This is what's it.
It's a Hyzerbomb Flak 3 in the gray and red combo. It's beautiful. I'm going to start with putters. I'm kind of boring. I just throw Glow DX AVRs. They're nothing special, just 175. These two are pretty much brand new. Nice straight flight. And I have a really beat up one that I'll throw on jump putts, or if I need a long turnover putter shot. Then I have my throwing putters that I throw. It's a First Run Sirius Omega, greatest flying putter in the world. These are both those. This one is a touch straighter. This one is a little bit more stable, so I can throw it really, really hard and it'll just go dead straight. You can throw them close to 300 feet if I need to, but I don't like throwing them over about 270. That's where I really feel comfortable. 250 to 270. These are great. Then we'll go to the mid-range section. Start with kind of the slowest, most overstable disc, which is my Hyzerbomb Mortar in Recon plastic. This thing is meat and cheese. It is stable. Throw it into a headwind, throw it for little flicks. It's gonna go whatever way it fades. If you throw a flick, it's gonna go right. If you throw a back in, it's gonna go left. Great, great disc. Then my go-to mid-range is the QMS or Aurora MS. The MS. I should say I'm sponsored by Millennium and Hyzerbomb, so I throw a lot of Millennium discs, so I'll try and compare them to other things as well. So the Aurora MS or QMS, pretty similar to, it's your basic go-to mid-range disc. This one's kind of stable. You can throw it flat and hard, it'll tail off. This is the new run of Auroras. They're just nice and straight. And then I have this nice old CE QMS. You can throw it with hyzer and it'll flip and turn and hold the turn. Be similar to your Buzz or your Rock from the bigger brands. Then probably my favorite mid-range to throw, I throw it a lot, is a Sentinel. This is an older San Marino Q Sentinel. Really, really stable, nice and beefy. Throw it into a headwind, throw it for flicks. It'll just go very reliable fade. You never have to worry about it flipping over in a headwind or anything like that. It's always gonna fade. So, great disc. This one is just a little bit domier. This is the newer run of Sentinel. It's the Steve Brinster USDGC commemorative edition. Couldn't think of the word. This one has, a Britnell, if you like that. Has a little bit more dome, so it has a little bit more glide to it, so I can throw it a little bit farther than this one. And it's not as stable, so I'll throw this if I need something to go a little bit farther. Now we'll get into my fairway driver collection, which pretty much is, I throw the QJLS. They're just standard QJLS, basically your champion version plastic, very much like a T-Bird or a TL. A little more stable than a Stalker if you throw Discraft stuff, but this one, which is pretty new, nice and stable, can throw it really, really hard. No, it's not going to turn over, it's going to hold a straight line fade. This one is my dead straight one. It is beautiful. I'll throw this one a lot, just for really, really straight shots, very minimal fade. but I can really throw it hard and it'll hold a nice straight line. And then these two, which are beat up a little bit more. This one is 171. This one is actually 167, which is kind of light. People would think, oh, lightweight discs, they don't fly good. They fly great. And you don't have to put as much power into them. They'll go just as far. You can work them a lot easier. If you need to throw a turnover shot, it'll hold the turn a little bit longer. If you need to throw it with low power where you can't get a big run up, great discs. Then my other fairway driver is the Millennium Qualf or Quantum Orion LF. These are similar to an Eagle, I would say, or a Tracker if you throw Discraft. They're a touch faster than an Eagle. I want to say they're about a speed 8 or a speed 9. Very reliable fade to them. I have a 175 and a 170. The 175 is obviously a little bit more stable. The 170 I can throw really far, straight, flat, up to about 370. Throw them for 350 to 370 kind of shots if I need something to go and fade a little bit. Then probably the most important disc in my bag, because I throw a lot of forehands, is the Fire Chicken or Firebird, if those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. I carry 3 of them, all in different beat-in stages. I've got one of these new super flat, super stiff, newest runs. This is the opaque ones. They feel delicious and nutritious. Really, really stable. Know what it's going to do every time. Like I said, I throw a lot. These pretty much, I throw these forehand all the time. So when I think of a Firebird, I think it fades to the right, because that's all I do. I throw forehand. So a very reliable fade. I know that this is going to do every time. I have an 11-time Firebird here, which is between these two. You can throw it. It's going to go farther than this one, but not as far as this one, kind of thing. Very reliable fade again, kind of thing. And then I have my Firebird, which I'd probably cry if I ever lost it. This is an old 11-time as well. I've had it in the bag for 5 years at least. It's no longer a Firebird, it's like a TL, but it gets the job done. If I don't know what to throw, throwing this, and it's doing damage. I'll get into my random kind of distance drivers. I throw the Millennium Aries, which is very similar to a Turn or a Crank, if you're looking for something like that. Very good for slower arm speeds. I throw this strictly for rollers, or if I need to throw kind of a nutty flex turnover forehand, or just a big turnover shot. But they make these down into weights into like the 150s. I think 158 is the lowest I've seen, maybe even lower. But great for slow arm speeds, tons of glide, really easy distance. Check out an Aries. I also throw the Millennium Scorpius, which is very, very similar to a Destroyer. This is one of the newest, you could buy this from anywhere right now. It's pretty new. Very, very stable, this one. I've only had this in the bag for a couple months, but it is beefy. Throw it into headwinds, I'll throw it forehands. Because it is so stable, I can't throw it very far. So it doesn't get used a ton. I'm trying to use it to beat it up. But right now he's just kind of a utility disc. But he'll get worked in. I love the pink ones, so they're good. Then my 2 kind of normally distance drivers are Destroyers. I throw this old blue first run one. This is another one I'd probably cry for a couple days if I lost it. I only throw this one forehand, really. Kind of weird to have a Destroyer that you don't throw backhand. But this thing, I can throw 400 easy. If I want to get crazy, I go 430, 450, but I don't like to do that because then I don't know where it's gonna go. But up to about 400, I'm pretty dang accurate with this. Very reliable disc for me. And I have one of these old Eco ESDS's, which everybody goes bananas for. But it's just a good disc. Lots of glide. Throw it really, really straight up to about 400 feet. It's just a good frisbee. And then I have probably my go-to distance driver, which is the Millennium Quantum Quasar, or Quasar. They're not from around here. Speak a little funny. I have these two. We'll do these two. Yeah, these two are my go-to backhand distance drivers. This blue one is like a 170 thing. Bombs. It's got a lot of dome to it, so it glides forever. It's just like a Boss or a Nuke, but they go far. You throw them, and you just stand there and gaze at them like, that's beautiful. It is. So this one is newer. It's a little bit heavier, so it's a little more stable. I can throw it into a headwind, watch it turn a little bit. It'll still fade out. This one, if I throw it into a headwind, it's going to slow turn the whole way, but it's going to look good while it's doing it. So, yeah, great discs. Then I throw these two. This is a first run one, but it's pretty much the same as the regular run ones that I've been getting lately. So, don't think, oh, I must have first run. No, they're great no matter what run they are. But I throw these both forehand. They're much flatter, so they come off my hand cleaner. The clear one here is just a touch less stable than this one. This one is pretty beefy, which is nice because I can throw it if I need to throw a flex or anything like that. I can do that with it. And yeah, I will throw this one occasionally backhand into a headwind just because it's got the little lower profile, so it'll penetrate the wind better. It'll turn a smidge but still fade out. So, and I think, golly, that's a lot of frisbees. I think I carry 28 discs. You can fit them all easily in your Heiserbaum flak. It's a beautiful bag. I just got hand motions from behind the camera. It was weird. But obviously, tons of storage. You could keep probably 10 discs up here if you wanted to. You could carry 40 frisbees in here, but then you probably wouldn't be able to throw because your back would be broken. So, just want a big shout out to Heiserbaum and Millennium. This bag has all three of my sponsors on it. Actually, it's got Heiserbaum and Millennium, and then my lovely wife sponsored Tara. She helps me play disc golf really great. Thanks, guys.